Okay, the session is officially on recording, and if the session is on recording, and I want to officially welcome all of you to tonight's session. So this is our first lesson. The last lesson is the last meeting, not a lesson, a meeting. It's an induction meeting, where I have to put you guys through the way we operate. But tonight we're having our first session, which is introduction to business analysis. Yeah, like I said, I don't believe in African time, and this is supposed to be 7 p.m. both Nigerian and London time. And yeah, so I'll start sharing my screen. Give me time. And so yeah, you can see. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good. Okay. So, like I said, is going to be introduction to business analysis. So, in this boot camp, we are going to learn a lot of things. A lot. By the time we finish, you can be able to beat your chest. If any organization you want to join, at least you should be able to visualize what you are bringing to table. And what are you bringing to table? You should be able to solve their problems. Because as a business analyst, you solve problems. That's their job, solving problems. Can you see that kind of thing? Somebody whose business is solving problems. So that is what you are. Yeah. A moment. Right. Okay. Okay. What is business analysis? When the first time I hear business analysis, I deem myself naturally qualified to be a business analyst. Why did I say that I deem myself qualified to be a business analyst? The main reason why I thought I was qualified to be a business analyst is because I studied finance. I studied banking and finance. And in banking and finance is in business faculty, like in University of Nigeria, I will have business faculty. So where we'll have banking and finance, we'll have marketing, we'll have business management, and accounting as well. All this is what we call business faculty. And automatically, I believe that anybody who comes from business or who graduated from business faculty, any department or any course you graduated from business faculty, automatically you are a business analyst. But the answer is no. It's not true. You are not a business analyst because you studied business management. Yeah. As a matter of fact, business analysis is one of the strongest domain in the world market, business market. Anywhere you go, business analysts in Western world happen to be number one because when there is a problem, they are the people they run to. But to my utmost surprise, there is no course in the university, both in Nigeria and in the UK, or even any called business analysis, a course called business analysis. What does that mean? So you have to go train to become a business analyst. All the business analysts hearing today, nobody can tell you that I have BSc in business analysis. You can say you studied business management. But I've seen so many people who studied business management, even here in UK, and they didn't do anything in business analysis. So that's the funny aspect of it. So, and that's why we have to be serious, because it's a rare opportunity we are. And if you look at this boot camp, it's very small, because people are yet to understand the value of being a business analyst or business analysis. Even organizations do not understand, like many organizations in Africa, governments, they are yet to understand the full meaning of business analysis. So business analysis, by my own definition, is a systematic approach to understanding, defining, and solving business problem. Number one, you have to understand the business problem. You define it and solve it. Defining, when we mean defining, plan is about defining, planning. Yeah, it involves identifying business need, assessing potential solutions, and ensuring that the proposed solutions align with organizational objectives. Yeah, is a core business, is core, and business analysis aim to enhance organizational efficiency and overall success. So today we know that, is there any organization that doesn't have challenges? They have challenges from, let's say, operations, day-to-day running of the company or the organization is what we call operations. From the operations, you deal with customers on daily basis. Customers come to ask different kind of questions. That's why we have customer support. Yeah. And so many, while doing this job, supporting the customers, attending to customers in different things, selling to customers, we need a lot of technologies. Some of these technologies we use to attend to customers on daily basis in our businesses and organizations do fail us because they are technologies. So the staff using technologies, using tools to do their work, they struggle at times. Customers we attend to, so many of them struggle to understand our business. Some of us, some of our business will have applications which is meant for customers. That is the entry point the customer need to go through before they get to us. For instance, if you want to access banking services these days, you don't need to go to bank. All you need to do is download their mobile application. And from their mobile application, you can interact with the bank and their services. When you're having challenges through their mobile app, that is when you start calling the customer services. So while they are trying to use our solution, they struggle. That is business problem. While we try to respond to them, at times we respond. That is business problem. You see, that is only within operation. Just close your eyes and see how you use bank app, maybe mobile app for Zenith, UBA, Fidelity, how you use it, and how somebody at the back end is responding. or some of these activities are automated. So this is it. That is business operation. We can call it banking operation. For these activities to happen, a lot of challenges. At times it can be network. At times it can be internet problem. At times it can be power supply. These are business problems. And if you do not solve this business problem smartly, customers are going to lose. Your customers are going to leave you for your competitor who is giving a better service. And that is why we need a professional problem solver. You can wake up anytime we're having this. He knows what to do. He knows how to analyze. Within few moments, either a week or a month or 3 months or thereabout, is coming up with a strategic solution. It's not only strategic solution. We have what we call tactical solution and we have strategic solution. When there is a problem, we can apply tactical solution to handle it immediately. But strategic solution is where we find out the real reason, the root cause of the problem, and solve the problem permanently, making sure that such a thing do not happen again. So these are the jobs of business analysts. And all these things is like a trade. When I mean a trade, is like learning a trade. What is a trade? A trade is like being a mechanic, being a shoemaker, being a tailor, being an electrician. All these things, we call them trade. Business analysis is an IT trade as well. Just like programming is a trade. Just like digital marketing is a trade. All these are trade, but in the IT environment. So that is it. That is alone in operation. If you come again in the human resources, there is another set of activities going on within the human resources. Recruiting the right resources is not easy to do recruitment. These days, if you want to do recruitment, you can have up to, maybe you just want to recruit 10 people and you have up to 20,000 applications. How do you handle this kind of situation? At times, they become, the human resource, they become so overwhelmed. I've seen a situation where, that's way back in Nigeria, that's the last bank job I went to for Port Harcourt. I went to write an aptitude test. That's those days. And it's for then we'll have, Intercontinental Bank before Intercontinental Bank went down. And it took place in Rivers State University of Science and Technology. The amount of applicants that came is so overwhelming that they couldn't handle it that day. They became confused. They didn't know what to do. They ran away. That's a big challenge it was a very big challenge for human resources to handle these kind of challenges. They come back, so all of us that went to Port Harcourt, I have to travel to Port Harcourt from Enugu. So many people came from Lagos. So many people came from Abuja and different parts of the country. And we slept in that university that night. And in the night, the court boys came there, started raping girls, collecting their phone, doing a lot of things. It was so overwhelming. This is a big challenge to Intercontinental Bank. Then it was very big challenge for them. The following day, they just managed to save their face. So that, because for them to cancel that aptitude test again the following day is a gross management failure. is not good for their reputation at all. So you can see why I'm giving you this scenario is for you to see the kind of challenges organizations do go through in different units, different departments. Another one is marketing. So many organizations find it very difficult to market their products, to have a good marketing strategy that can help them sell their products. So both in marketing, human resources, operation, accounting and finance, all these, a lot of activities, all of them, even in the IT department, all of them. IT department is another unit that always having series of challenges, because every business we do today has to walk through one application. We call it enterprise application. And they're always having issues. So IT department, they're always struggling as well. We call it ITSM, IT service management. They are the people that handle all the related activity, IT related issues, both from the company side, the organization, staff side, and both from the customer customer aspect of it, that is front end. So all these are a lot of problems, a lot. So by what I've just the scenario I've just painted to you, if we come to an organization like Zenith Bank, how many business analysts do you think Zenith Bank should have? Can anybody answer this question? Are we following? Are we following my line?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. From my own point of view, they should have more than 100.
You see. But how many times have you heard that Zenith Bank is recruiting for business analysts? Have you ever seen Zenith Bank looking for business analysts?
No, sir. No, not at all. I've never heard it before.
Okay. Can you see why there is high level of business failure in Africa? Do you see why we are not progressing? Because we don't have the right personnel. We are not working with the right people. Let me tell you, building towers. If you come to Lagos, go to VI, you see all of them, they are building, go to towers, Globalcom towers, UBA towers, Zenith Bank towers, these towers. All those things are rubbish. That is not business. They are just warehouse. Do you hear what I said? All those buildings you are seeing there is warehouse. It's better they start packing cement there, because it's for nothing. Nobody need all those things. In today's business, what you need is a good mobile application. That is what your customer need. They don't need that big houses. A very good mobile application is working, is better than all these big towers. Because nobody is using all these towers again. As I'm talking to you, I'm not gonna lie. For more than 5 years now, I have not set my foot on any bank, both in Nigeria and both in UK. I've never set my foot on any bank. And there is no day, even today, I've sent money to someone. So do we need all these big All these big houses, we don't need them. So what we need is good human capital, good human resources, quality human resources. If we have the right quality human resources, believe me, all these people running to abroad, they are going to come back. Even a lot of Weibo will start coming back to come and work for African companies. Because here is saturated. Just even a secondary school here, they have up to 5 business analysts. Secondary school, primary schools, because they all have applications. They have IT units, all of them. But for a company like Zenith Bank, UBA, these are the people who are saying they are big companies in Africa, but they do not have this kind of human resources. It means that they are yet to understand the importance of these people, you know. And I find out even most of these organizations, if they want to build their mobile app, they outsource it to foreign companies. Some of them outsource they are all these to build. They want to build a mobile app, they outsource it to one Indian company to build it for them. Because we do not want to develop our own. We don't want to hire the right people. So all these things I'm telling you for you to understand the need, the importance of business analysts. Every business requires a business analyst. That's why these people have not been able to understand the opportunities in banking. And we have a lot of banks and they are there messing up, and small banks like OP, Pampi, Money Point from behind came up and start leading. Let me tell you, all these companies I've listed now, OP, Pampi, they are the leading business, they are the leading financial institutions in Nigeria today. Forget about Zenith Bank and UBA, they are gone. First Bank, all of them are gone. Yes, because these people are the people that understand what the customer need. And fair enough, most of these are listed, they are foreign companies. Yeah, foreign companies. I think OP originally is from China. It's not even from, yeah. OP is have a affiliation with Opera Web. Yeah. And the owner of Opera is a Chinese. Yeah. So let's go deep and then see how the art of business analysis works. Now, to show you that business analysis is not only in banking, because I've been using banking. Why I'm using banking is because these are the people we're always looking at, that this is our biggest companies in Africa. If we want to showcase what we have, these are the kind of companies we're going to be talking about. Yeah. But business analysis is beyond banking. Is beyond industry, is global. Even a mama put need business analyst. Mama put, I didn't say, I did not say McDonald's. I didn't say McDonald's. I didn't say KFC. I said mama put. Yeah. And let's see how a mama put can use a business analyst to solve a problem. Okay. This is a food restaurant, mama put. And in this mama put, customers are complaining that it takes too long to serve a food. It takes too long to serve a food in a restaurant. I could remember when I was working for a Mobitel telecommunication in VI. Then within the street, there is this mama put. You know, all of us will put on our tie, you see bankers, big boys, everybody. Where do they go to eat during break? It's just like 15 minutes, 30 to 15 minutes break. All of us go to that mama put to line up. It's a batcher. Not even, yeah, we line up there to eat. They are making a lot of money. The woman and the children, they are making a lot of money. So let's use this picture now. Say this mama put within VI is within Adeole Odeku off Idejo Street. That's where that mama put. Let's just say is this particular mama put. And people from, because there we have a lot of bank headquarters. Then we'll have Chartered Bank, we'll have Intercontinental, we'll have Slumberger, we'll have Globalcom. These were all the big companies. Their headquarters are there. Even Chinese embassy, all those areas. So you see all these people coming to that mama put, and there are other food eateries around everywhere. And people come there to eat, and it takes too long to serve them food. They will come there, they have 30 minutes break, and they will come and wait for 15 minutes to get served. So waiting alone, half of their break is gone. Somebody who have a break should at least eat food and do 1 or 2 things and go back to the office. But I have to come and wait for 14 to 15 minutes to get served. Am I not going to look for another place to eat food? Can you see that it's already a problem? So looking at my boxes, the first box here is that is the problem. Customers complain that food takes too long to be served. That is the problem. And this is a real life scenario. A real life scenario. So I want you to understand the importance, how deep business analysis can go in our society. Is beyond all this glass house business. No, it can go down to batcher. So as a business analyst, what do? You come, so that's how we solve problem. Now we have already received a red flag from this restaurant. They have a problem, and it's a big problem. If this kind of problem is not solved very well, you see that line waiting for that woman's restaurant will disappear overnight. They will move to another, because they are not looking at faces. People just want to eat and run and go back to the office. So the first thing we do is to current situation, to understand the current situation. So the current situation is, after our requirement gathering, we find out that actually it takes an average of 14 minutes average of 40 minutes. That is the rare situation, 40 minutes. So, and let's say the desired situation. We want a situation whereby is we can reduce it to from 14 to 11, but even this 11 is, for me, is still too much. But because this is just an illustration, because in real life, I will reduce it to at least 2 minutes, or let's say 3 minutes. As we are coming out, we should be able to say what you need. Within 3 minutes of you coming to this restaurant, they've already served you food. So you can eat your food, drink water, and relax and go back to the office. So you see the problem? The problem is 14 minutes. So for you to understand this 40 minutes, what do you do? We do what we call the requirement gathering. You ask a lot of questions to understand the real time, the real duration it takes to serve a food. So the waiting period is 40 minutes. So we say for now, let's reduce it to 11 minutes to see if because there's people always already complaining. So we want to reduce it to 11 minutes. So that is what we call desired outcome. So in business analysis, the problem is it takes too long to serve food. Then we have what we call Aziz. That is this current state. We call it as it is. That is the current state. Then we have what we call the desired state. We call it to be. And between Aziz and to be, there is a gap. So this problem you are solving is to bridge this gap. For you to bridge this gap, you have to remove this gap. The gap here is 3 minutes. How do you reduce the waiting period from 14 minutes to 11 minutes? If you can do that, then you have solved the problems this restaurant is having. This is an illustration. You can see is 5 minutes you want to reduce it to. So whatever is the gap, how do you solve the gap? That is it. So for you to solve the problem, like looking at this as situation, the first thing is to obtain more opinions from customers about their experience. Ask questions, gather more requirements, gather more information. Ask customers, like how long is your break? Just, we call it data collection as well. You can use survey to do that, to understand the waiting period the customers. You see, with that, you can say, some customers can say, yeah, 10 minutes is not bad. Some can say 7 minutes is not bad. Some can say, well, 11 minutes is not bad. When you gather this data, you can come up with an average opinion, and that will become the desired waiting period. Then you are not going to base only on what the customer said. You are going to then go down to the employees, the waiters, the kitchen chef and the porters in the kitchen. Waiters are where the food is coming. So you need to ask them, why is it taking you people this long? What is your challenges here? What do we think we can do here to make things better? But for you to ask them that, you need to understand the current state. How are they working? You need to understand these are part of the current state. You need to find out. All these people you are interviewing, they are called stakeholders. Both customers, they are stakeholders. Both the employees, they are stakeholders. Both the owner of the restaurant, they are all stakeholders. So we call it stakeholders, gathering requirements from stakeholders. You gather requirements from stakeholders to find out the waiting period, the desired waiting period, to find out their challenges, their pain, what they are going through by staying more than the desired period. Then you gather requirements from the people working in the kitchen, the porters. All these are, you document all this. After asking questions, then you can then carry out analysis. The analysis you need to do is, you can use two types of analysis. You can use gap analysis. Gap analysis will help you to find out the gap, which we can use that to find out that the gap here is 3 minutes. We can equally use another analysis called root cause analysis to find out the root cause of why these problems do even exist, which is very strategic. So by the time we carry out all these series of analysis, we might come out to understand the real problem. It might be the customer, the people in the kitchen, what they are using to prepare food is an old facilities. You know, it's taking time. It might be the kitchen is too small. It might be it's too congested. It might be they don't have enough equipment, modern equipment. The equipment they have is an obsolete equipment that they are struggling. It could be they don't have enough human resources in that restaurant. These are possible issues there. And these are the issues we need to try to fix. So we might decide to procure modern equipment. Instead of using fryer to do we can procure air fryers. All these things that within a short period of time is done, and it facilitates. So these are the kind of things we look into. And once we sort all these things out, if we do not have enough hands, enough human resources, we can then hire more human resources to speed up activities. It's better to hire more, 1 or 2 porters, or 1 or 2 chefs, or 1 or 2 waiters than to lose all your customers. So these are ways to solve problems. So we can equally train staff. Maybe the staff we have there, we just went to the village and hire somebody that the person knows how to cook. Yeah, the person might know how to cook, but the person might not know how to use modern equipment we have. These could be some of these. So we can train some of our employees to work faster. These are the way you solve problems. And looking at all this we've done here, that is you as a business analyst. After doing that, you can reduce the time from 14 minutes to even 10 minutes. 10 minutes or even 9 minutes waiting period. And you find out everything is moving fast. As you are coming in, they are serving you food. They are even, you become more happy. People come there, have time, eat, relax, get entertained. And before you know it, the business started growing further. And yeah. And the next thing you hear is that they want to expand. They want to get more bigger place, because where they have cannot contain the amount of people coming to eat there, because people are happy, more people are coming. And before you know it, The mama put can even turn out to become a big eatery like KFC, yeah, and start expanding. And that is what a business analyst can bring to an organization. And looking at what we've done in this restaurant, you have not even used any application. Did you hear me say a mobile app to book? No. So the point I'm making is that business analysis is not only using technologies. You can use pure intelligence to solve a problem. Everything is not technology. You know, you can do rearrangements, just simple rearrangements to have a good access and egress, and it can solve a lot of problems. Yeah, so that is what we call business analysis. So this is how we solve problems. This problem is not only peculiar to mama puts. If you go to big markets like Alaba markets, there are so many importers who do not even know how to take inventories. They don't even know what they have in their stock. They don't even know what the customers are looking for. They don't even know the goods they have. All they do is they are going to China to keep on importing containers. My container is coming. They might be even importing what they have already because they are not organized. And so many of them, you give them 100 million, they will go there, they will blow it because there is no business plan. Yeah, so business analysis can solve all these problems, not just bank, not only in oil and gas, not only in local government, not only in state government or federal government. If we have trained business analysts, you see all these insecurity issues, the insecurity issues we have in Nigeria will disappear. If the government want to do something. Why I say so is, look at our state houses. If you come to, for instance, Enugu State, if you go to government house, before you can enter government house, you see the amount of securities. The way government house is highly secured. Even if you import machineries from Israel, it's going to be very difficult to break the security protocol. The same thing in Aso Rock. But if you come to the state, for instance, let's say come to Enugu State, you'll be hearing that the insurgents, they came in, they kidnapped people. No traces. They keep on doing it. You know, continuously, nothing is happening. They keep on kidnapping people. They never caught them. They keep on kidnapping people. They never caught them. They keep on saying they are Fulanis. We know we don't have Fulani indigenes in Enugu State. I'm using it as an example. So it means that these people are always coming in. They come in, they do operation, they go away. They come in. So what does that mean? It's because we have porous borders. Let's start from securing our borders. Then understand what is coming in. Because anybody who is coming in, why they overpower even the little security we have is because they come with sophisticated ammunition. But if we have good border control, there are no way you can see people carry ammunition into your state without you finding out. Because all this ammunition comes in big quantity. Yes. So if you have a tight border, strong border control, and there is a lot of proliferation of ammunition in the state, you hear that there is ammunition people are handling, then you know that there is something going on within the state. It's either the state security has compromised. They are the people sponsoring it. Then you know it's an internal issue. So if the point I'm making is, if we can extend the tight security around the government house to become around the state, because we have seen that, yes, we can do it. By having security around the government house is a pilot state, is a pilot project in a state. You can take it as a pilot project within that state. So we can do something, we can have this kind of security outfit in a state. So why not replicate this security outfit we have in government house to be security outfit around the whole Enugu state or around the whole Nigeria? If we replicate it, for instance, the kind of security we have in Aso Rock, let's say expand this security to the whole Nigerian border. How can these people come in? It's not possible. So that is it. It's because I'm just closing my eyes, analyzing and profiling solution, because I'm a business analyst. I'm not gone down to do any technical analysis. I've not gone down to do any requirement gathering. If I've gone down to do thorough requirement gathering, do one or two analyses, then come up with a solution and implement it, it's going to be watertight, because I'm a trained business analyst. For me to close my eyes and talk about it like this, if I sit down as a consultant and do it, then you see what will come up. And this is what they should do. They are not hiring us. And that is the problem. So the point here is that every organization requires a business analyst, even the church. There is church building going on. Let's call it a cathedral going on. Some of these buildings, they started contributing money to build this building even before I was born. And even within me, I remembered as an adult how much time they've come to do launching, donation, fundraising. And so many of these buildings, they never get to finish them. They keep on building them. So are we not to ask a question, why should this, because if one of my business project manager, I keep telling them, no project is forever. This building a church house is a very simple project. It shouldn't last more than 1 year, but it's lasting for decades. Decades. It shouldn't be. It's because they don't have trained project manager. It's because they don't have trained business analysts. They will contribute more. That you are a reverend father does not make you a business analyst or a project manager. You just study philosophy and theology to read Bible and minister gospel. That's what you read. And you are handling giant projects in the church. And you think you are not going to fail because you are father. You are going to fail because you are not a trained project manager. You are not a trained business analyst. Yes, that's why you see a lot of churches. They are not building church become big problem. They form a laity council. They blame catechist. Catechist eat money. They say, no, it's not catechist. It's the father that eats money. They fire the father. The father came and squandered the whole money in the church. No, that is not the problem. The problem is because those churches are not using the right personnel. So every church should have a project manager, a trained project manager. Every church should have a trained business analyst. Why am I saying everybody need it? It's not only state government that need it. It's not only local government that need it. It's not only federal government. It's not only banks. You see what is happening in the bank. They are losing now because they didn't want to hire the right people. And the consequence is that this small bank is taking over. And it's not only here, even the issue of this banking is not only in Nigeria. These new generation banks, they understand, you see the way they are packing business analysts, project managers, like Monzo, like Revolut here in UK, like Sterling. Everybody, this is what everybody wants. And they are taking over everywhere. Those who are using the right people. So that is it. So business analysis is non-negotiable if you want to succeed. So go tell you, if you're some of you who are working, go tell whoever is your boss, your director, and I'll tell them that as long as they don't have business analysis, they can never realize the full potential of that their business or their company. The moment they sit down and decide to hire business analysts, project managers, data analysts, then that is the first step. But instead of banks hiring the right people, they go and keep on hiring beautiful women in their marketing department. They are doing aggressive marketing and giving them targets. That's not the strategy to grow your business. That's wrong approach of business strategy. It's a wrong business strategy. You know, you are indirectly breeding prostitution, telling them to go and use their feminine gender to make money for. That's wrong. All these big banks overseas, they don't do that, and they are still big banks because they are doing the right thing. But we, instead of if I don't, as I am now, if I don't want to put my money in a bank, a beautiful woman will come and force me to put my money in their bank. It's not gonna work. Yeah. Even if I'm lousy and compromise and do the undoable with the woman, I'm not gonna still can put my money and withdraw my money. And having that amount of money is not going to guarantee profitability. Profitability comes when customers are happy. It's not about and the number of deposits. It's the business transaction. Customers are happy. They are using your services, different services you have. Not if you use a beautiful woman to compare me or to trick me or to seduce me to put my money in your bank, and I want to withdraw my money. It becomes a difficult thing for me to withdraw my money, and that's the case. Many cases, if you come to the bank, you can queue, and just these days things beginning to simplify because they have to start doing what they need to be done. So aggressive marketing is good, but it cannot replace the importance of solving strategic problems, driving growth. When you solve strategic problem, it opens opportunity for growth. The only people that can do it is business consultant, business analyst. Some of these companies, what they do is that they do go hire consulting firms to help them solve problems, That is another wrong approach, you know. There's nothing like in-house business analysis team. Like then I know when I was working with Mobitel, instead of having, they even tried, because I know that our director is a very lousy guy as well. They wanted to build a business analyst, but they didn't, because they weren't serious, because they are using Pricewater and Cooper to solve their problem. So most of these technical problems, they outsource it to these big consulting firm like Pricewater, KPMG, Accenture. Yes, they are there, but the truth is that Pricewater is in UK, KPMG is in UK, Accenture is in UK, Ernst & Young, all of them, Deloitte, all of them, they are in UK. And all these people, they know they are there, but they have a strong team. All of them have strong team of business analysts. In my former company, we have more than 15 business analysts. Each unit have its own business analyst, at least 2. Each unit has at least 2 or 3 business analysts. Like we say, sales and marketing have 2 or 3 business analysts. Finance has up to 3 business analysts. Then ITSM, IT service management, they have all these different teams. Yeah. Because I was leading the whole business analyst then. I was the product owner. You know, so the product being all the business are there, the way we structured it, that all the business analysts has to report to the product owner as product owner stroke senior business analyst. So, and that's it. So let's look at business principles, business analysis principles, and its roles in organization. Business analysis principle involves systematic evaluation, identification, and implementation of effective solutions to organizational challenges. Its role in organizational success lies in optimizing process, enhancing decision-making, and aligning strategies with business objectives, fostering adaptability and innovation. By providing valuable insight and bridging communication gap, business analysis facilitates informed decision-making, ensuring sustainable growth and competitive advantage. So we have key principles. So when we mean key principles in business analysis, then we mean principles, rules, key principles. What are the rules? Number 1 rule in business analysis, there must be requirement gathering and analysis. That is number 1 rule. That is number 1 principle. A good business analyst must know how to carry out requirement gathering and analysis. You do not solve a problem by intuition. As a business analyst, even if you feel like you know what the solution is going to look like, you cannot just close your eye and say, this is the solution. No, you don't know that. Every decision you take, every step you take must be out of something. It must be out of facts and figure. It must be out of data you collected that you analyze. You cannot do, it's not permutation, it's not guesswork. It's not based on assumption or presumption or whatever. So, central to business analysis is the identification and analysis of requirement. This involves understanding the need of stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders? The company owners, directors, employees, customers. The problem we are having most of the time is that when we say stakeholders, some people tend to understand that the stakeholders are the big men who owns the company or the directors. They are the stakeholders. No. Stakeholders are all the people that have vested interests. They are all stakeholders. All the people that the activity of that company affect them in one way or the other. What does that mean? That even your wife that is not working in your company is a stakeholder in that company. Yes. Why is he a stakeholder? If something happened to your wife, it can affect you. And when something affected you, it's already affecting the company. If your wife puts to bed, you can say, I'm not going to work today. Not that you are not going to work. Automatically, the company is supposed to give you what we call paternity leave. No do, at least 2 weeks paternity leave is your entitlement. So if you are working and your wife has been put into bed and your company has not been giving you paternity leave, then your company has been cheating you. Simple as that. You are entitled to at least 2 weeks paternity leave. It doesn't matter whether it is written in any way or not. Yeah, the company is your entitlement. That's the way it should be. So, it involves understanding the need of stakeholders, documenting requirement, and ensuring that solution meets this requirement or this need. Then, another key principle in business analysis is stakeholders. You must understand who are the stakeholders, because we do make mistakes at times identifying the wrong stakeholders or not identifying all the stakeholders. Yeah, in most cases, when you want to handle a project, there are what we call project sponsors. These are the people that finance the project. Yes, we know they are the project sponsors. They are just part of the stakeholder. They are not only the stakeholders. If you are implementing a solution, the solution you are implementing is going to affect some people. It's going to bring some change. Who are those people that are going to benefit from the change of the solution? They are stakeholders as well. Like in the restaurant, the people that are going to enjoy the benefits of our rearrangement, our little innovation we are bringing to that restaurant are the customers. So customers are stakeholders. The staff, both those working in the kitchen, both those working in the waiters, taking orders from customers, they are stakeholders. Even the madam who is the owner of that restaurant and the children who are directors of the restaurant, they are all stakeholders. So everybody is a stakeholder. And even me and the project manager who are working to solve this problem, all of us, we are all stakeholders. So that is what I mean by stakeholders. So in business analysis, you must try to understand the stakeholders and engage them. So successful business analysis relies on effective communication, that is engaging them, and collaboration with the stakeholders. So you need to identify them and communicate with them, engage them. It's very important. This includes identifying, engaging, and managing relationships with individuals or groups affected by or influenced by the project in one way or the other. So that is stakeholders. So these are steps we are going to take if you want to be a business analyst. These are steps, key things you must know: requirement gathering and requirement analysis, stakeholder management or stakeholder analysis. Then problem solving and decision making. A business analyst is a problem solver. They analyze data, evaluate alternative solutions, and facilitate decision-making process to address challenges and capitalize on opportunities. So like I've been hammering, we are problem solvers. Yes, that is what we are. You must have problem-solving skill is top-notch. And for you to solve a problem, this is how to solve a problem. Understanding the requirement, analyzing the requirement, engaging with the stakeholder. These are first key things you need to do when you want to solve a problem. Then, adaptability and flexibility. Business analysts must be very adaptable and flexible. Business analysis require adaptability to changing business environment. We know that businesses are always changing, you know. So what does that mean? Let's see this our restaurant we use. When we want to solve problem, maybe the first time they wanted to solve this problem. They decided to change a lot of their cooking utensils. Maybe their frying pan and a lot of things they used to, they just bought it new. And equally, they decided that, yeah, let's give it a trial and hire even a quack business analyst to help them. And the business analyst came and say, look, madam, in today's world, frying pan is no longer in vogue. We need to get what they call it, a fryer. You cannot we just spend money recently to buy this. No, we cannot do that. So if you want your business to grow, you must be open to innovation. That is the point I'm trying to make here. Market is moving so fast, extremely fast. So you must be open to flexibility. You must be open to market changes so that your business will remain competitive. If you do not do that, the sharp business, the competitive business, they will push you out of the market and take over. Yes, because these young boys of these days, the young generation, they don't want, their blood is hot, extremely hot. So there should be room for flexibility and innovation. That is why the standard of education have not changed in Nigeria, because of this bureaucracy rigidity. If you go to all the Nigerian universities, maybe they will start hearing, because we've been preaching it, we'll be talking about it in so many places, maybe they will start hearing. That is why we don't have good education. If we have good education, all of you here will not hear, I'm telling you. But a lot of people will continue to come here, because to solve the problem in our Nigerian universities is not today. Where the professors who are supposed to be there talking about innovation, bringing innovation to solve problem, solve business problem, solve government problem, they are interested in politics. They are interested in going to rig election with INEC. That is what they are interested in. All the professors want to go and become governors so that they continue to siphon money. But if you are a professor, you should know that where you are is a big place. What governors are doing, you can affect changes. You can touch people's life where you are. But they are not seeing where they are as anything. They feel that where they are is nothing. And they are no longer interested in solving problems, because our curriculum, our educational curriculum, is outdated, is old. You know, the syllables they used to teach me years back in University of Nigeria is still what they are using up to today. Even if it's a car, is the car not that old? Even if it's a building, is that building not supposed to be repainted? Even if it's a clothes, is that clothes don't need to be changed to change what? It's never reached to change wardrobe, but they are not changing it because they are not even seeing it that is old. But half of the problem we are having in the society is because of poor standard of education. People are not trained very well. Most graduates we have these days do not know anything. And it's not their fault because they are not well trained. You cannot blame them. Yes. It's garbage in, garbage out. The garbage in a lot of rubbish in them, and that's why they are garbaging a lot of rubbish out. And that's why the society is dilapidating. And everybody is running away to Japa, to where things are being arranged. Yeah. So that is it. That is part of adaptability and flexibility. You continue to evolve, changing market. Market is changing, growing, you know. Don't say, I love teaching with Blackboard, is the best. No. Whiteboard is no longer even, it's only if you are going to use digital whiteboard. Now, the main way to teach is through learning management system, you know, which we are using here. That is the way to teach. You record lessons, and students can access their lesson videos. Students can have their lesson notes. Students can join classes from home. You know, that is too hot. You can't go, you don't have money to, yeah, you can join your class from home, making life easy. Education is not supposed to be a punishment. And that's why when we made it in such a way that education is a punishment. And that's why children, when you want to send them to school, so many of them in Africa, they start crying because they feel you are punishing them. Education is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be engaging. It's supposed to be, you know, enjoyment. But the reverse is the case. So, because we're not flexible, we're not adapting to current technologies, some of the people that are going to help us to adapt to technologies are the people fighting technologies because they don't want to adapt, they don't want to innovate. All the university professors, all of them, even here in UK, they don't want to change. They are all fighting technologies. You see, now everybody is trying to, companies are struggling to see how they can adapt and start using AI in one way or the other. But the universities, they are giving stringent warning to students. Don't ever use AI. I will catch you. If I catch you using AI, you are finished. What is that supposed to mean? They are threatening, they are fighting technology. AI is the one of the worst, the world's best innovation. When we are counting innovation, we are counting AI, we are counting internet, we are counting electricity. These are the biggest invention since mankind. But some professors will sit back because some of them have to go copy and do whatever they do. You can't do anything to get, but for you to justify that you are a professor is the way you think, the way you handle to changes, the way you handle to technologies, innovation. That's what we call that someone is a professor. Now you come and start threatening students. You should be teaching them how to use technology responsibly. That's what about they are warning you, don't use AI, don't do this, don't do that. Or money university, they don't even have university portal. They don't have it. You know, they don't have it. So it's a big problem. A very big problem because we cannot improve. We cannot be a great nation with the kind of people thinking that way. People that are supposed to adopt technologies are fighting technologies. So technology is a tool for improvement to bring a better way of living, like electricity, yeah, like internet, like AI. These are innovations, and it's sweet. Process improvement. Just like what I'm saying, process improvement. No process should be the same every year. Every year, the same process. No, there should be improvement. Even me here, the way I teach, I must make sure that at least every year I'll look at how do I change my environment, my course portal, my this and that, even my lesson notes, even the way I talk to students. There should be improvement, constant improvement. So as a business analyst, you should have that at the back of your mind that is a continuous improvement process. Wherever you find yourself, it must be improvement. Even if you solve a problem today, that problem you solve, after 1 year, is already getting old. You should have a maintenance culture to keep on improving on the solution you adopted for the organization. And that's why you see most of the applications we are using have version 1, version 2, version 3. They're always telling you updates. If you are using Samsung, which I'm using, within almost every month, Samsung is updating the particular Samsung I'm using now. I'm getting updates, always update. It's improvement. Some people, when they see updates, they will become angry. I don't want to update. No. They want you to get the best out of their technology. If you don't want to update, then you remain in the old system, which is now becoming a legacy system that is not giving you the best. So continue to update. So business analysts play a vital role in identifying inefficiencies and recommending improvement to existing processes. They contribute to the optimization of workflows to enhance overall organizational performance. So it's extremely important to improve the way we do things. Every place I set my foot, I must leave a very good footprint. Yeah. Even when I was in the council, local council, within the few period I was there, I made a lot of changes, which is bringing in a lot of revenue to the local council, local government council up to today, saving them a lot of money. But the issue is, are they going to continue to improve it, or is it going to continue to remain the way it is? Because over time, it's going to become a legacy system. So there should be a process improvement. Then, a business analysis, another powerful or very strong principle is what we call solution design. You must know how to design a solution. Yeah. Solution can be a tool, it can be a technology, a piece of code, application, but it's not only Solution is not only application. Solution can be a strategy. You can come up with a strategy, just like in the food restaurants, we came up with a strategy. So we didn't build any mobile app or any ERP or CRM system. It's just a strategy. So developing strategies, models, system to solve challenges. So you should know how to design this strategy model applications, systems, applications. And then risk management, you should know how to identify potential risk and find a lasting mitigating strategy for that. Before you deploy any solution or strategy, make sure that it's tested or is validated. So we call validation and tested, ensuring that proposed solution meets business requirement before implementation or before deployment. So any solution or strategy, don't send it out to the market. First, have what we call pilot, a small environment where you are going to test it to see if it's working before you send it out to the production environment. We call it production environment. Production is where the open market, where people will start using your solution or strategy. Make sure you try to validate it in-house before going out. What are the rules of business analysis in organization? Number one rule or importance is strategic alignment. Business analysis ensures that projects and initiatives align with the overall strategic goal of the organization. This alignment enhances the likelihood of successful implementation and positive organizational outcome. Risk mitigation. Business analysis helps us to identify potential risks and uncertainties early in the analysis phase. When we are carrying out analysis, it helps us understand the risk there. The business analysis contributes to the development of risk mitigation strategies, minimizing the impact of unforeseen challenges. Like if you're a good business analyst, you go to buy a car, then you know cars come with a lot of problems. Some people think that buying a car is an investment. No, car is not an investment. Car is a bunch of problems, you know. If you want to have a car, you must go and learn how to be patient, more especially in Africa, because you can buy a car that can turn your life upside down. For you, if you are a very smart guy, from the moment you are buying that car, you don't drive that car out of the show, the car garage where you bought it. That car needs to be insured. Insure the car. And that is a standard in UK. When you buy a car, the first thing you do is to insure the car. You know? So because while driving the car home, somebody can come and bash you from behind. Then insurance company will take up on it. So these days, everything these days, we try to carry out insurance. Even in my house, here in my house, our refrigerator, our TV, our washing machine, our microwave, all of them carry insurance. Not even only my phone, everything. Every gadget in my house is insured, you know, and even Papa and Mama is on life insurance, you know, because you don't want stories that you go to work and you couldn't come back from work and their whole household becomes scattered because you didn't return when you go to work. Your children could not even go to school again. So, and all of a sudden, Odogu, the children will become beggars, you know? So these are Risk management. You must, as a business analyst, you must know how to manage risk in every aspect of businesses and even personal lives. Risk management, so identifying potential risk early enough is key, and solving it, having strategies to solve all the risk is another thing. So enhance decision making through data-driven insights and thorough analysis. Business analysts empowers organizational leaders to make informed decisions, reduce likelihood of costly mistakes. So yeah, every time we carry out thorough analysis, we come up with what we call business case. So business case, this business case becomes document for where the chief executives or the business leaders will stand on to be making a lot of decisions. So, for instance, you want to solve a problem in a finance department, you want to build application, all of them have business cases. You can have up to 50 business cases covering different challenges in the organization. So if the CEO now want to go and talk to board of directors or shareholders, if you go there, they are going to be throwing you some challenge, some questions about what's going on. So if you have all these business cases, the way the company problem is being handled through business analysis, different business analysis units, you always know the way you are handling your problems, your challenges. So if you come up and they are throwing you questions, you can equally answer questions very well. Yeah. Or if you are going in a big meeting, for instance, you are a governor or you are a president, and you know we are going for, even for campaign or rally, you have trained business analysts. They will be strategic, very much in strategic places waiting for questions. You see them as they're asking you questions, you see one business analyst is one side writing solution or speeches, answers you are going to answer. As they are doing that, they are passing it to you. You are reading it and telling them what they want to hear. But you see so many of our leaders, they go out, they meet the media, they be asking them questions, big men representing big organizations. They will be asking them questions and they will just be there moping. They don't know what to talk. I see the other time, a whole minister for works went to Arise. They are throwing questions and he became agitated because he couldn't answer questions the journalist was throwing. But if the man goes with a team of business analysts, yes, they will know you are very matured. You don't need to answer the question. Even if they ask you a question, somebody, one of your team, will respond to the question. It's not a must that you are the one to talk. That's why you call it, you have business consultants. You hire them. Anywhere you go with them. As they're asking questions, they will be responding. And that is what we call serious leadership. Yeah. So business analysts, they should empower organizational leaders to make informed decisions. Yeah, reducing all these costly mistakes, blunders they are committing. Yes. Efficient resource utilization. Business analysts help organizations to allocate resources effectively by identifying areas for improvement, streamlining processes, and ensuring that projects are aligned with strategic priorities. So if you don't have Business analysis will help you to prioritize the need, where the resources are going. There you see a resource misappropriation, where you put money where they are not needed. And that is what is happening today in so many African countries. You see them, they are dealing with some issues, while like serious problems like securities are there. They are not talking about securities. They are there playing around, doing all sorts of things, putting money where the money is not needed, because they don't have good resource utilization strategy. They don't. So continuous improvement is continuous improvement. We continue to improve. As we are business analysts, everything else is never over. And that is why you, as a business analyst, your position can never get old. They can never say, we don't need you again. They will always need you, because even the solution you finish implementing need continuous improvement. Yes. So business analysts are champions of continuous improvement, continuous development, research and development. Their roles involve ongoing evaluation and enhancement of business processes, leading to increased efficiency, innovation, and adaptability. Yes. So you can see, if you become a business analyst and company who knows your value gets you, you will never be out of job, because your need is always there. Continuous improvement. The world is a continuous improvement. We're in a world that is keep on improving. A lot of things we've done in the past are becoming obsolete, because these days, everything we do now, we're going to use technology like AI to enhance it. So we're adopting AI in so many ways. As we are finishing this first phase of AI, another layer of AI is coming. As we are finishing with another layer of AI, another layer of technology is coming, which is continuously, even like 500 years, some of us are no longer alive. There are technologies upon technology. If you check when the money started, trade by barter, and what money exchange has become today, you see the level of continuous improvement in the financial industry, from trade by barter to paper, to having a bank, to paper money, to coins, to ATM, to card, to contactless payment, to mobile app, to a lot of, you see, continuous improvement. If you look at our telecommunication, you remember when we used to have a call car, if you want to make call, Nitel those days have telephone booths. You go to Nitel, you pay with a more kind, even these days, I think they are still doing it, still have it in UK, where you put coins and they make call. They know how to preserve their heritage. Yeah. In Nigeria, I know those days, Nitel, if you go to Nitel office, you see all these big masts there. From Nitel, you use that kind of telephone. From telephone, then we'll have what we call GSM, which then we started buying Nokias. They say Note 9 Note. From there, Motorola, all of them, Samsung, they started coming. Then you see some people who have 3310. These are the big boys in town. Nokia 3310, the big boys in town. From there, We'll start having Blackberries. From Blackberries, now iPhone came. iPhone 1, iPhone 2, iPhone 3, to touch screen, to a lot of things. And before you know it, you see the innovation of calls. And now it's now phone. You can use your phone to make calls. It's not only you cannot use your watch to make, that's called smartwatch, connected to your phone. It's not only a hand phone or mobile phone. Now, glasses now, you can use your glass to make call now, like I'm wearing glass. I can use my glass here to make and receive call. That is innovation. That is the extent we've come, and it will continue to be that, you know. So very soon you will have a chip in your body. If you do like this, you make call with your body. You don't need to carry phone again, and that's it. That's continuous improvement. And in this continuous improvement, business analysis is the key. If you go to OpenAI, those who develop these AIs, the main people there, the main team is the business analysis team, because they are the people that are designing this AI. How do people want to use AI? What can AI bring? What kind of innovation? What kind of problem can we use AI to solve? Who are those people? Business analysts. And that is where we are coming to an end. So, in conclusion, business analysis is a critical function that contributes significantly to organizational success by fostering strategic alignment, mitigating risk, enhancing decision-making, optimizing resource utilization, and driving continuous improvement. Embracing business analysis principles empowers organizations to navigate complexities, innovate, and achieve sustained success in an ever-evolving business landscape. So, for those who want to go to World Cup, you must have business analysts. But you can see what Nigeria has become. We can't even go to World Cup because we do not know how to manage our national team. We don't even know the problem our national. It's not just for we to go to World Cup, for a country to go to World Cup, they must have business analysts. Every game, you see business analysts, they will need to carry out a lot of analysis, even to win because you're looking at club now. No nation is a small country when it comes to football. For you to win, is beyond just passing ball in the pitch. Some people need to sit down and analyze every game. Who are doing? They are business analysts. They need to sit down and analyze every player. They need to analyze every country. For you to beat a country, you need to understand the country's strengths. You need to understand their weakness. So you need to know how to weaken their strengths and take advantage of their weakness and win them. That's why we couldn't qualify to go to World Cup. We are not even going to qualify next one if we do not employ the right people. If we continue to give appointment by my brother's wife's sister, or is my mother's kid's this, it's not gonna work. We're not going to we're not even going to African Cup of Nations because we're not using the right people. Look at the way they are treating our people in South Africa. Why are they not going to treat them that way? While we have a lot of resources, we are not using very well. We are supposed to use our oil very well before the world is no longer needing oil. Now, we couldn't utilize the oil very well, if we have utilized the oil very well, Nigeria would be better than America in terms of infrastructure. Nigeria will be better than UK in terms of infrastructure. But we are not utilizing it until now. The world is no longer needing our oil again. It's a pity. We do not even have any other thing we can fall back on. Our natural resources is no longer needed. Then we don't even have good human resources, because some of these developed nations, they are not relying on their natural resources. They are relying on their human resources. Their human resources are building applications like AI, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. These big applications. That's what is giving them jobs, giving the whole world a job. They are not relying on oil. But we don't have oil. The oil we have is no longer needed. If you come to UK now, if you are using petrol, if your car is using petrol, it's like some of us who are poor people that are still using petrol car. Everybody is using electric car. Yeah, electric car. And if the whole world is using electric car, who is going to use the oil? We are saying we are the oil nation. Oil is gone. You remember coal. Do you know that coal? We still have coal in Nigeria. If you come to Enugu, that's what we call Enugu Coal City. We have excess coal deposits in Enugu. But nobody need it again. There was a time coal used to be the main source of energy, locomotive energy, even electricity. We need coal. But we don't need coal again. Now we are moving away from even the oil we need to electricity, everything electrical. Before you know it now solar cars, solar vehicles everywhere now. And you see, so what I'm saying is for us to know that we, the generation of this kind of generation, we should prioritize skill acquisition. Is important, because that's the only solution to us as a nation. Solution is skill acquisition, because the oil is no longer needed. Yeah. If we have used oil very well, we should use oil to build our nation that will have the highest speed internet. Every home should have internet. Every home should have electricity. Every home should have pipe-borne water, good houses, a lot of things, good road, good airport, good investment opportunity, recreational activity, tourism, this and that. So many companies are working in Nigeria. Even if the oil is no longer there, countries like Saudi Arabia, you see the way Saudi Arabia, they have diversified. They have gone so far. They've gone to invest in so many companies abroad. They bought a lot of companies abroad. They developed their tourism. Now you see every boxing, they are now the center of the world in terms of entertainment. Boxing, every boxing now they are hosting it. Boxing used to be in America, Las Vegas, but it's no longer in Las Vegas. Big boxing, big events is now in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, you see the way they are doing it. Dubai, they have oil, but they use their own oil in a very way. They develop their nation. Then Dubai becomes the economic center, business center. Do you know the kind of business activities going on in Dubai? Their business activity is sustaining them, not oil. You hardly see anybody from Dubai in London working in a restaurant or working in a construction site or doing care job. You can't see them. They are big boys, I met one Saudi Arabian here in London when I was at the University of Westminster. He was a student. He said, no, they can't come here to do all this shit. I said, because they have enough money, they pay them. Government giving them enough money to sustain them. They only come to read and they go back home. And even while they are studying in London, they don't know, they see them driving big cars. You know, all these big cars, you see them, they are the people driving it with golden colors. Yeah, because they develop their content, they are oil nations. Their citizens are enjoying it. All right. So this is the introduction to business analysis. I believe this is going to set up a table for you to take off very well. If you do not understand what business analysis after this session, then go watch video again. Maybe you're a bit sleepy and you will understand. But this is a very good starting point for you to understand business analysis and understand what you are getting into, and even to appreciate yourself for taking this step. Because after this, you should not be thinking like ordinary human being. Your level of thinking should not be average. It should be above average. You should be thinking more smarter. You'll be thinking like a publican. Any problem doesn't move you. You should be able to handle complex problems. Yeah. Okay. If you have questions, yeah, I'll give us a few minutes to ask questions, so we can go and rest. Yeah. Any question, you raise your hand. If you don't have questions, so then we'll go. But mind you, I don't like dog class, so if you guys are not engaging, of you anyway, but you should be able to contribute. Christy or Chris Kesley.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Charles, for the. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you for your class. Indeed, it's an eye-opener. And you have actually said that one of the problems we have in Africa is the issue of not only identifying problems, but implementing them. It's actually affecting us. So just as you say, this is, as you are teaching, it's raising a lot of thoughts and questions about what is going on in our society. They need improvement, which nobody is actually taking care of. So I appreciate you for the lesson. My question is, how do we get this video to still go through it? Because last week on, there's no way we can do this thing. I will appreciate it if there is a way you can allow us to still see the material.
We are going to set up. I was supposed to do it last week, but I had an event. So we're going to create we have course portal. So every student should have an account. You have your account. So you log into your account. You can watch all our videos from your account. So yeah, it's our standard. So that's what even after the end of the course, you can still access your course portal. We used to be, you should be able to access it as long as the duration, but for now, we're giving live access. As long as we're in business, you can always log into the course portal and watch videos of last classes. Even if you are working in World Bank, you can always come to refresh yourself. And yeah. And after
That's-
the class, you should be able to download your certificate from your account. So,
Okay. That's
yeah.
very kind of you. Thank you, sir.
Oh.
Finally, please, sir. Your presentation is too tiny for my eye. I looked at your document. It's the font size you use is about 12, and the spaces, the spaces in by the corner is so much. Please, if you can increase it a bit, because from
Okay.
this end it's too tiny. Even though I'm using glasses, but I find it difficult to still see.
Are you using phone or laptop?
I'm using laptop, sir.
Okay, no problems. Yeah,
Thank you so much for the wonderful presentation.
no worries. You are going to get the lesson notes as well.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right. Okay, Benson.
Yes, sir. Should I turn my camera on? Hello,
Yeah.
sir.
Well, I've not. The standard here is, although I don't want to. The standard is
Yes, sir.
you need to turn
Thank
your
you for
camera.
sir. Thank you for the class. I have a question that I wanted to ask, and this is a question. Like now that we have started the class, is it okay, or I shouldn't be asking for permission? But then I wanted to ask, is it okay that we start updating our LinkedIn profile to, like, as we start the course, to start updating our LinkedIn profile to for documentation and to mark our visibility?
Yeah, if you want to start working on your LinkedIn profile to reflect that you are a business analyst, good and fine. I'm not stopping you. But if you start doing that, you should equally state where you are currently working as a business analyst.
Oh,
So that's why you should at least wait to start your internship.
all right.
So you can say I'm working on or if you want, you can say you are working if you are working in local government, you can say you're a business analyst in local government. It's up to you. But
All right.
if we want supported, where we can support you, the way we do it is, yeah, this course comes with internship. So when you do internship, then you can say, I'm a business analyst. I'm currently working as a business analyst in so place and this and that. And we are going to give, in between the class, we're going to provide a CV that can even help you to start applying for jobs of a junior business analyst. So
All right, sir. I appreciate that, sir.
with that, you can use that CV to update your LinkedIn profile. But if you need it today, yes, but I'm not going to come and start assisting you because it's going to be me breaching my protocol, jumping the gun, and I don't do that.
All right, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time, sir. I appreciate that, sir.
Yeah, no worries. Okay. See you guys tomorrow evening. So by tomorrow evening, hopefully we should have sorted out our course portal so that you can log in and start watching.
Okay, thank you, sir. Is it still the same link?
Link. No, we provide link for every session. So that's why you should always be monitoring our WhatsApp group for updates.
It's taken. Thank you.
All right.
Okay. Good night. Good night, everybody.
All right. Good night.
Okay.